The following announcement is brought to you by the Xtreme World Order.
Making his way to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, soldiers of the Xtreme, hello and welcome back to that Xtreme Wrestling channel. My name is Samson. I am the Xtreme Gaming Guru, back again, bringing you guys another episode of AFK, or Away from Controller, that series where we put the controllers down and we talk wrestling shop. Anyways guys, how you doing? How you feeling? Hope everything is going well for you in your life. Today on AFK, a couple different things I want to talk about. First of all, just a quick little channel update. I know it's been a little bit since I've been posting any videos and things like that on YouTube. Unfortunately, I am stuck in my head. Sometimes anxiety is a bitch, and you just can't get your head around things, and it's really hard to start and complete tasks. So I've just kind of been spinning in my chair, staring at the wall, regretting everything I've ever done and hating everything I do. You know, the usual stuff. Anyways, guys, not necessarily want to talk about that kind of stuff, but I am dealing with some mental disabilities at the moment, something that I've been dealing with my entire life. It's never going to stop. It's just kind of what I do, but I will be back on YouTube in a regular manner, no doubt sometime in the future. I'm trying to, come up with different plans, figure out what I want to do on YouTube. I'm just not satisfied making WWE 2K sliders videos. So, I got to do something else to get the creative juices flowing. But like I said, not what I wanted to talk about in this video. Today, I want to talk about, first of all, AEW Fight Forever. As you can see it in the background there, a lot of people have been asking my thoughts on the game, and I didn't really want to make a video on my thoughts because I really think it's too early to really, give full thoughts on this game. I guess my mama always told me if you don't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. And it's not that I don't have anything nice to say about AEW Fight Forever. I do think it's a really good game. It's really fun. It brings back the nostalgia feels for me. Back in high school, playing those N64, No Mercy, WCW vs. the World, Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, like those games. It definitely has that feel. The controls, I feel, could be tightened up just a little bit. They feel a little bit loose, a little sloppy to me. But overall, like I said, I want to reserve my judgment on the game because it is fun. It's a great base. And I want to stress that word base, put it in quotation marks, those air quotation marks, because as far as I know, this is a work in progress. Like, yes, we have the game, we're playing the game, but in my personal opinion, like, it's going to get a lot better, alright? Like, I've heard a lot of people complaining that, there's really not much here, it's a little lacking, and I can understand those people, but at the same time, we have made like so many improvements in the wrestling video game world with the 2K series. So taking a step back to that old N64 AFK engine kind of style, it's really hard to take. And if you think back to those games, there really wasn't that much to do besides playing exhibition matches, and that's pretty much what AEW Fight Forever is. It's a bunch of exhibition matches. Road to Elite is pretty fun. The storyline's great. I hope they continue adding to it. Like I said, they're just going to keep adding to this base game. I don't think they're in a rush to make AEW Fight Forever 2. They're going to keep updating this, so hopefully we get new moves, new modes, new storylines, new characters, all that good stuff. Hopefully they keep tweaking the engine, because I think the engine is a great start. I'm not sure if they started it from scratch or if they, took an old version of the like No Mercy engine and started building off that. I'm not too sure, but overall it's not a bad game, not a bad game at all, but I'm reserving judgment right now. I just, good game, fun game, very arcadey. I'm still a sim guy, still love my WWE 2K, but I'm just gonna hold my judgment. That's it. But moving on, the one thing I did actually want to talk about in this video is AEW wrestling itself, because I've got a lot of friends that are die-hard AEW fans, and they have been trying to get me, into AEW, And I've sat down and I've watched Dynamite, and I'm just shaking my head. I am an old school wrestling fan. I actually like professional wrestling, like not necessarily the storylines or anything like that. I like the moves, and I like it when it looks realistic, so I don't like those crazy dives with people just standing waiting to catch people on the outside and things like that. It's not my deal. So Dynamite, it just wasn't doing it for me. But lately I've been trying to tune in to the Saturday night Collision shows, and it just feels like Collision is kind of, it's like a different feel, I guess. It seems more like an old school wrestling show. I don't know if, CM Punk and FTR, guys like that, have a little bit more influence on Collision, but it seems just more like an old school wrestling show where they're taking it seriously. I've been in the personal belief that, kayfabe died with wrestling, a long time ago, but wrestling really needs kayfabe. Like, it needs that suspension of disbelief in order to be successful. And right now, when I watch Dynamite, I don't get it. But when I watch Collision, I'm starting to get a little bit of a taste of it. So I'm starting to get a feel for AEW, starting to watch it a little bit more. But one thing I have noticed is just like looking at the presentation of AEW and, the camera angles, the lighting, all that stuff. It just screams WCW to me. And in my personal opinion, the world does not need another WCW. So they gotta really update their aesthetic, their presentation, in my personal opinion. And this is something I really want your input on. So let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. But I think AEW grew way too fast. Like, they came out of the gate, and just because Tony Khan had, a bunch of money, millions and millions of dollars to throw around, he came out thinking that he was a, big company. He was going to compete with the WWE, and he started booking all these huge-ass arenas and things like that. And personally, I think that's where AEW kind of went wrong. Like, I kind of wish they started in those small arenas, those auditoriums, those small sports complex. Because when I watch AEW now, like, I just don't get the passion and the furiosity and the feverish crowds and things like that. It just doesn't translate through the television screen to me. So I don't know if it's like the crowds just aren't big enough, or if they gotta, change their mic setup at the live shows or something. But in my personal opinion, like, it just doesn't seem like a place I want to go. Like, I'm not inclined to really want to go see AEW live when I see the live show. I don't want to sing along to Chris Jericho's theme song, and I don't want to Scissor Me Daddy or anything like that. Like, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the characters in AEW. I'll say that straight. But in my personal opinion, what I think AEW should do is play those smaller crowds. Don't pretend to be a big-ass company that's going to take over the world of wrestling right now. Like, they are spreading themselves so thin, and it's hard to actually know what AEW is at the moment. And I think they really got to just focus in on what they want to show to the world. Go to smaller arenas so they're not worried about, selling out every night and getting these massive crowds. Get, a couple thousand passionate AEW fans in a small building, and that's going to come across on TV. It's going to be loud. It's going to be like those old ECW shows. Man, when I used to watch ECW when I was a teenager, it might have been from a bingo hall, but that didn't matter, alright? Those fans were loud, they were passionate, the chants, everything came blasting through your TV, and you wanted to go see an ECW show. I'm not getting the same thing from AEW, and like I said, in order to fix that, I think they really need to go play smaller venues, like small arenas, small sports complexes, things like that. I think it's going to give them, more like of a hot ticket kind of thing. People are going to want to go to their shows, and it's going to be harder to get tickets because there's not as much. So it's going to kind of up scarce market on as far as tickets go and things like that. But I think that would definitely help. But I'm definitely interested in your thoughts on the subject. Do you think AEW grew too quickly? Do you think they're spreading themselves too thin? Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, like I said, it's been a long time since I made a video, so apologies for the rough commentary. I don't like writing things down. I just like to flow from the hip. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, be sure to hit that like button with the too sweet. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Join the Xtreme. My God, my commentary skills are so bad. So bad right now. I got to work on that. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for being there and listening to me rant on. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Until then, goodbye and good night. Bang. Too sweet, guys. Too sweet.